side.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Tiger1286 and welcome back to another video on the NightOwl server, where there has been quite the drastic turn of events. So last night, this is the day after I uploaded my last video, I was testing out the lava system that we put in place, and as you can see, some problems were had. Quite a few major problems. So first off and foremost, as I was making that, we noticed that it seemed like the mobs were not taking their full fall damage. So there were some problems with that, and that the guys with fire resistance weren't getting killed. So I came down here and I was planning on taking out the lava and swapping it out with some other setup. But as I was doing that, a creeper fell down and exploded pretty much instantaneously down here, which caused quite a lot of damage, as you can see, mostly with the hoppers though. Fortunately, the lava didn't manage to flow onto any of the redstone despite flowing all over down there. Actually, I should probably torch that up again. It's probably knocked out a few torches. But anyways, as you can see, there was quite a bit of damage. Cirque was actually in here as well when it happened, and we were both killed. So I managed to lose basically all my things. I think he lost most of his stuff as well. The lava kind of burned it all up as soon as we were killed by the blast. And there wasn't a whole lot we can do. It was basically a nightmare. All the signs got destroyed and the lava flowed everywhere. So Cirque was in here and he was making a platform to kind of hold up the mobs as they were still coming down. And we wanted to get that all fixed up. And a creeper landed and blew up in here. So some more damage was had, but it's nothing that shouldn't be too difficult to repair. Ouch, that was unintentional. I just need to go get some iron for the hoppers, replace those, fix up the area, and get some more glass. But first off and foremost, I need to do quite a bit of mining and get some more tools and armor since I lost all my stuff. I just made a brand new set of tools and stuff that I'm going to go take over to the skeleton farm to enchant. I was actually coming over here before I decided to start recording to grab some water bottles from the bottom down here. The witches get killed and only their glowstone and redstone is taken up top, but we do actually get quite a lot of sticks and bottles and sugar and other drops from the witches. More of that than we do the actual redstone and glowstone. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make any changes with the sorting system to allow for that, but it is useful for getting bottles for potions. I will say that, at least until we get a witch farm going. I think that this is where I'm going to be getting my my potion bottles. So I'm going to head over to the skeleton farm and do a bit of enchanting, get my stuff back, maybe do some mining, potentially fix up the mob farm down there. And then we're going to set up a better system for killing the mobs that survive the fall and the chicken jockeys that hopefully won't end up in disaster. But we can't promise anything, so there may be some interesting disasters up ahead, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. Alrighty guys, so it's taken me the majority of the day, but I finally managed to restock on my my tools and armor. I went to the desert, got some sand, smelted it up, and replaced the glass in here, as well as replaced the hoppers down below. Are the sounds feeling kind of loud to you? I guess they're okay. Maybe it's just my headset that's kind of loud. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell whether it's my sound in particular that's loud or the game sounds. But as you can see, I've got all the hoppers replaced in here. If you remember last episode, we had this clay a little bit higher up, and we had the lava placed kind of at this level. I've decided that we're going to change the system a little bit here. And we're going to set up a dispenser setup that's going to just dispense the lava every so often. I'm thinking that I'm going to set up a daylight sensor outside somewhere and just run a wire to the inside that's going to trigger the lava buckets and dispense that. So I'm going to clear out a little bit of a space in here and we can set it up together. Alright guys, so I've got a little bit of an area cleared out for the redstone. I got everything cleaned up as well, so the mob farm is back to the way it was and the way it should be. And here we are down in the mob killing chamber. And so I think that what we're going to do is we're going to have, I think I already explained this actually, we're going to, it's been a couple days since I recorded that last clip because I'm going to let you guys in on a little bit of a secret. I am incredibly, don't tell anyone, but I am incredibly lazy when it comes to recording these videos. I have a hard time motivating myself to do them, which is surprising because I do enjoy doing them. It's just, I don't know. It's just hard for me to put in the work, I guess, that comes along with making them, because it is kind of a lot of busy work. Actually, it is a lot of busy work. But anyways, so nope, that's a dropper. Where's my dispenser? There, that's what we need. All right, so yeah, I've got a design worked out. Sorry if you heard my phone buzz. It's on the table. I'll put it on the floor. There, it's gone. It is now on the floor. Alright, so we're just going to have redstone running around this loop here to the different dispensers, and we can connect it all up right here, and we are going to have it triggered by a daylight sensor. I figured that that would be a good way to go about doing it because we don't need it firing super often, so we don't need it like on a really quick timer or anything. And I didn't want to use a bunch of hoppers. We'll have to use one, but that's for a monostable circuit. It's actually like an interesting way to do it. Normally, I would do those by just by using a piston with a block on top of it, and just run the redstone into that, and it'd fire it really quickly. But I wanted to try out doing it this way because I think it's kind of a neat way to do it. We'll put the hopper there like so, and actually we need to put this back a little bit. We need to have a comparator, then a redstone, then we're gonna have a second chain of repeaters, which we will all right, so we need 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. All right, yeah, that's right, and they all need to be on 4 ticks. This second chain of repeaters is to turn off the lava after it's on. It needs to be on for a little bit of time so it can spread to all the blocks, because lava is kind of slow in the spreading. But this is enough time delay to get that all spread across. All right, so hopper facing into the dropper like so. And we just need to power the dropper. Actually, let's cut out a little space back here so we can get the daylight sensor in place. Alright, so we're going to have redstone here, I believe. No, we're going to have a repeater there, redstone there. And we're going to be putting our daylight sensor. It doesn't actually need to see the sky for this to work, which is kind of a nifty trick. A block there, and a redstone torch right here, which is going to, this is just going to make it so that this will fire twice a day, once at night and once during the day itself, and I'm hoping that this works. It should. I think it will. We'll have to sit down here and test it out a little bit, but I think it should work fine. Alright, so let's go in here and put the lava buckets in, and hopefully it doesn't fire while we're actually down here. That would be quite unfortunate. And I'm not sure if this door is going to burn or not. I guess I'll have to come down here and check that and replace it if it is. Hopefully it doesn't, it probably will end up destroying the redstone actually if that door does burn. But redstone's fairly cheap. At least for me, I don't use it too often. We actually need to put a block in there so that that will fire. Let's actually test it real quick just by flicking that real quick. Alright, so that did fire it. Oh, I'm so dumb. There. we need a second line there. Alright. Oh, yep, lava is in fact in there. Let's just power that off real quick. Actually, let's leave it on for just a second. I want to see if it burns that door. It doesn't seem like it is, actually, and it's not going to be on this long. Anyways, alright, let's power that, turn that off. Alright, lava gone. Let's make sure it's all disappeared at this point. Yep. Alright, we're good. Alright, let's give this a second shot. Flick that. Alright, so that did not fire it. Why did that not fire it? Let me... shoot. This one's working fine. This second line. But that repeater's not firing the dropper. If I put a block on top of there... Oh, that's going to power that line. We don't want that. Let me go check back to my world real quick and get this sorted out, and then I'll come back and show you what silly error I made. Okay, I'm only a little bit stupid, but I've got it figured out now. Yeah, so what we want to do, or what we want to have, is a second dropper hopper. What is it called? Thingy, that short signal thingy, on an inverter coming from the repeater, which I actually had in the wrong space. It needs to go there, not there. So now it should I say should be all set up. The question is, in my test world, this daylight sensor worked without a actually needing to... Oops, that's going to screw things up. I didn't mean to hit that a second time. Oh, I'm just making it much worse. Be fixed? Be happy? Please? Are you happy? Okay, I think we're okay. I think it did take away the lava in the end there. Alright, so I think that this is all set up. I'm going to watch it for a little bit and let you know. But then we're going to move on to some other things this episode that I would like to get accomplished. Over at our base, actually. So, yes. Alright, so I've sat here through both the day and night cycle, and the droppers did manage to fire both times. FPS, what are you doing today? What are you doing to me? I don't know. I guess frame rate does not like this place very much anymore. Actually, I think I have some internet tabs open, so that's probably it. What are you doing there? Okay, so that's interesting. I guess we've got some spawning spaces up there. But anyways, all that remains to do with the mob farm is to turn it back on and get the redstone reactivated. I'm on with Cirque right now. I think he's talking to me. Noise. He just finished his mob farm in underground. Ooh, fancy. I'm actually curious how he managed to do that, because in his single player series, if you don't know, Cirque plays all of his plays Minecraft underground. He's not allowed to go up to the surface, so I'm not sure if he built his mob farm so far underground that the mobs on the surface were inconsequential, or if he kind of bended the rules a little bit and went up and torched it. I don't know. Either way, I think it's a pretty neat series that you should go check out. Hello, cave noises. Anyways, I'm going to turn the mob farm back on. We're going to head over to my place, and we're going to work on a new little setup over there that I think you guys will quite enjoy. Alrighty, guys. So we're back over here at my place, our little mountain base area, and it's actually been a couple days since that last clip. Once again, I am sorry this episode is so choppy, and it's going to be out a lot later than I was hoping to get it out to you guys, but I have been quite busy the past couple days. But anyways, we've done quite a bit of mining around the place, and instead of just smelting it up all by hand, I figured it might be kind of neat for us to get a little bit of a auto-smelting center, or not center, but little auto-smelting facility installed in our base over here. So I laid out just a small thing, and actually I think that Cirque's actually done a larger scale auto-smelter in spawn since my last clip. I actually didn't know he was going to work on that, but anyways, we're going to just have a small one over here in our base. We can still use the one in spawn for large for large amounts of things that we need to smelt, like say we need to smelt like several double chests worth of materials, we can go over there, but I want something over here that's just going to be for my own personal use. And so I think that we're going to put it right here. I kind of just dug out a space in the mountainside, and we're going to work it out real quick together, get everything looking nice. So I just marked out a couple places, or a couple spots that I wanted to put the chests. So we didn't really need 2 crafting benches, did we? Now did we? No, we did not. All right, let's make a couple chests here just for marking the spots. All right, one more ought to do us just fine. Alrighty, okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our input and output chests along this back wall here, and we're going to have 3 chests for the outputs. So we'll have our chest for our input, for our fuel, and as well as our smeltable materials that we want to get cooked, and then it'll get smelted. And the way that I'm going to do this is I watched a video by Tango Tech on a smeltery design that he came up with, and I modified it a little bit to suit my needs, because we didn't really need as much of a we didn't need as much of a setup, but I wanted it a little bit different because I like to have things slightly personalized for my place. So I basically, the way it normally works is there's a 15 long string of furnaces. I basically have just split it up into 2 sections of 8, but it's the same general concept. So I'll probably link the the video in my description if you want to see how he did his. It's definitely a really neat design, but I wanted to change it up a little bit because, like I said, I like doing things my own way. And the only reason I looked up any tutorial at all is because I fiddled around with it for a solid 5 or 6 hours and couldn't come up with anything that really worked as well as I wanted it to. So I decided just to go with a design that clearly worked well, and that's basically how this all plays out. Now I think what we need to do is we need to have these furnaces actually back a block, and we'll have all the redstone behind it in the hoppers. We'll have to dig out a little bit more space, but I'm probably going to do most of the redstone off camera, because it's probably going to take me quite a long time. So I think today what we're going to do is we're just going to design the layout of the room and make everything look nice, and then off camera in between episodes I'll probably work on getting everything finalized and making it all functional, and then I'll come back to you guys and show you what we've got done in the in the following episode. So I don't want to use a whole lot of clay in this build. I think that I just want to go mainly with some stone as well as some spruce logs, and I might end up redesigning this whole room afterwards. I think we're going to bump these chests back a block, actually. Yeah, I think that'll work best, because I want to have spruce logs here, like so. And actually, we might use stairs or something for those sections. I'm not entirely sure, but I just want to get a general feel for the room real quick, so you guys can kind of see what I'm going for here. We're going to have our chests back a block from this wall, our furnaces inset in the walls on the sides, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to come up with a pretty nifty little design real quick, if I can come up with one, and I'll show you what it ends up looking like. Alrighty guys, so we've got ourselves a little bit of a design worked out for the room here. I kind of went for a more, I don't know, kind of ambient feel going on in here, and actually, we need to get rid of these torches real quick because I am not a fan of them. Let's see if we can get some lighting hid away anywhere. I brought some glowstone. I wanted to see if we could potentially put these at the bottom of the streams and see if those wouldn't be too unobtrusive or obtrusive. I think that'll work, and if not, we can always swap it out with these redstone lamps. I think that those might look even a little bit better, potentially. Let's see about throwing a couple up here as well to get some light in the ceiling. Kind of like pot lights, almost. I guess they are pot lights. Oh, this is going to be slow. There we go. Can I reach without climbing in the water? I can. That's definitely the way to do it. Alright. There we go. And one more light. Yeah, so I put some water streams in here just because the room felt a little bit open, and I wanted to add in some detail without making something too kind of like that would get in the way too much, I guess you could say. And I think that just adding a couple water streams in here really adds a lot to the room. It's a little bit different. You guys will have to let me know what you think. It's not something that you see in a whole lot of builds, just water flowing down in the middle of the rooms without some sort of center point, like fountain area, but I kind of like it. Again, you guys will have to let me know what you think. I have not started the wiring yet for all the hoppers and redstone that's needed to get this thing working, but I did clear out a bit of a space, so we might work on getting one side of this furnace array functional today, and I can finish up the other side off camera. This light here, I put this light here, and it's actually a part of the design implemented by Tango Tech. It's basically a light that's going to indicate whether or not all of our furnaces have fuel in them. I think I just threw a coal in there because my inventory was full. We'll just throw it in there for now. We need to swap out these chests with trap chests. It's not an entirely essential feature, but it is kind of useful in case you like accidentally shift-clicked something in there that you don't want going in there. Say you accidentally put a non-fuel item into the fuel thing, and that's going to end up clogging up your furnaces. Although the furnaces are definitely more easy access than they are if this was a furnace array that was kind of hidden behind walls, per se, where you just throw things in chests and it would come back to you. That would kind of be a pain in the butt to go clear out, and that was kind of the only issue that I have with Cirque's design. It's a really nice design, definitely a lot more efficient than this one's going to be, I think, but I don't need something too industrial grade. We just need something small and personal. So without further ado, I'm going to get to work on trying to set up some of the redstone hoppers back there and get this furnace array going nice and good, and I will be right back. Hopefully I've got the materials. If I don't, I'll do what I can and I'll let you know. Alrighty guys, so I finally got this side of the furnace array finished up, and let's take a look behind the scenes, shall we? Yes. It's quite the tangled mess of redstone and hoppers and dropper elevators, just because I didn't do an incredibly good job of laying out the room or optimizing it for making this convenient for wiring, but I'm hoping it works. I have not tested it yet, so we're gonna give that a shot real quick. Okay, first mistake. Let's head back here for a second and see which line is the fuel and which is the smeltable materials. Okay, so it looks like this is the fuel and the bottom chest is the smeltable materials. Okay, well, we'll give this a shot then. All right, so we said top chest was fuel. All right, so what we need to do is we need to throw in all of our fuel, and I hooked up the light as well. So when this light is on, it means that all the furnaces are not entirely filled with coal. So we should be seeing that this furnace here is filling up with coal, and it'll slowly but surely get all these furnaces filled up. But yes, it doesn't fill these all up evenly, so we'll have to wait here for a couple seconds while this fills up. In fact, I'll just cut real quick. Alright, so it would appear that all of the furnaces have filled up entirely, and if I did end up wiring this all correctly, or not wiring it, it's not really wires per se, but setting all these hoppers up correctly, I should see that if I take some coal out of any of these, that they should start repopulating with the coal inside there. So let's just go ahead and throw this back up top, and that should go feed into the system. So we should have a decent amount of fuel all stocked up, and once this furnace here gets filled up, that light should stop blinking. When it's blinking, it means that it's getting filled up currently, but that should turn off now. Yep, so that means we've got our furnace system filled. I'm considering maybe swapping that so that it's on when the system is filled and off when it isn't. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, so now the next thing on the list, let's throw in our iron ore that we've got from lighting up caves around the mob farm. And yeah. Oh, shoot. Why is that in there? Okay. Okay, so we did something wrong. Okay. This is not good. Let me try and fix this up real quick. Alright, found out what the problem was. We can't actually have stairs in these spots like we have over here, because the redstone on top of them powers that block. And since these were stairs, they weren't powering the block, because stairs can't really be powered. But anyways, I swapped out some of these blocks with the chisel, or no, not chiseled, the cracked stone bricks and the regular stone bricks, and I think it looks okay. So let's give it a shot, and hopefully it works this time. I don't know what the problem would be if it doesn't. So alright, so we should see this all turning on at once pretty soon. Any second now. It really should be quite soon. Did I forget to put a hopper back somewhere? That might be a thing. Let me go check to make sure. Oh, wait a minute. God dang it. Oh god. What have I done? I put a bunch of iron in the fuel slots. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? And pretend that didn't happen. Alright, so we should start seeing these guys flowing in all at once. What's the problem here? Okay. A little bit of a delayed reaction, and we're getting more... Are we getting more iron in certain furnaces? I guess it seems to be all working in order for the most part. Yeah, I think that it's working. I think what may be throwing it off a little bit is the fact that we've got this dropper elevator kind of slowing down the line of items coming from the hoppers, and it's kind of unfortunate because it makes a bit of noise as well, which isn't ideal. But I don't really know of another good way of getting the items up there. I guess we could try and get like an item elevator in there with just like glass or something. That might be a good way to do it, but I think I'm gonna be done messing around with this for today, and I think we're gonna call the episode here. Sorry that the end of the episode is kind of cut short a little bit. I'm pretty tired, and this episode has been a long time in the making, too many days apart, and you kind of lose track of what you're working on a bit, or not really what you're working on, but I don't know. It's just hard to record across several days, especially when you take gaps in between. But I think that this system is it could use some work. It's not perfect. It's not as good as I would like it to be, but I'll try and get it fixed, and we can show you guys the changes that I've made next episode. Or I probably won't go into explaining the changes I've made, because I'm not too good at explaining redstone, particularly redstone that I don't fully understand. So we'll just leave it at this. I hope you guys have enjoyed another episode on the NightOwl server, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bullseye.